Good morning, Harvest. As many of you know, Harvest, along with other UMC churches in the Southwest District, have been partners with Zoe Empowers. And Zoe is a ministry that equips orphans and vulnerable children to step out of poverty and into lives of dignity, self-sufficiency, and faith. In July, Reverend Dr. Debbie Allen and a mission team from Florida visited our Kenya group, empowerment group, where they met the children and the young adults whose lives have been completely transformed through Zoe, thanks to your generosity and others like you. This morning, Reverend Debbie is going to share with us a little bit about the experience this past July. So welcome and thank you so much for being here.
I'm so glad to be here this morning.
We're giving you double duty, though. I'm sorry about that. But I was so excited to hear about your trip. So what was important to you? Why was it important for you to go on this trip? It's a long trip.
Yeah, it's a long trip. We flew from Tampa to Amsterdam and then Amsterdam to Nairobi. And that's about 18 hours of flying. And then we were on a bus for most of the day to get to the group. So it was like another 6 to 8 hours on the bus to get to where our folks are. But it was really important for me to go and visit with our group because I wanted to see the model for myself, the Zoe Empowers model, and I wanted to meet the children. We started sponsoring them in January of 2024, and I have had a picture of them on the window behind my desk for that entire time and just been praying for them, and I wanted to be able to meet them and let them know about all the amazing people in churches throughout the Southwest District that were praying for them and sponsoring them.
Thank you. And what surprised you, if anything?
Actually, I was really surprised by just how much transformation happens in a very short time in people's lives. We got to visit not only with our group who's been in the program for 18 months, but we got to visit with kids who'd been in the program in other groups for 6 months, 12 months, and even 24 months, and even some graduates. And there is just so much that happens that they're just completely transformed by all the training that they receive by Zoe. And these children who had nothing, who would not look you in the eye at the beginning of the stages of a program, have so much joy, have so much confidence in themselves, and have so much more ability to care for themselves and for their siblings. These are teenagers taking care of younger siblings. And they just have so much more opportunity to be able to live and to not just exist, but to thrive. So it was really, really amazing.
Was there one thing or a number of things that was memorable for you?
Yeah, so we went to see the group, and when we were talking with them, they asked, one of the leaders asked the group members, who was the most vulnerable person in your group when you started out? And every head sort of swung over to this one young man who was pretty quiet and soft-spoken. He was kind of sitting in the corner of the circle. And they said he had been homeless at the very beginning of this program, and so his siblings had been sort of farmed out to live with other people. And they decided as a group that the most important priority was to make sure that he had a home to live in at the beginning. So these are people who have very little, and they were pooling their resources so that he could have a home, so he could bring his siblings home. And then he wouldn't tell us this, but the rest of the group bragged on him that he has now taken in another orphan in the community and is caring for them and just has sort of adopted them into his family. And so we were just blown away to see how incredible, how much they all cared for one another. They become a family together, these 25 teenagers that are taking care of almost 75 other younger siblings between them. There's 99 kids in our empowerment group. And just to see what they're able to do and how much they they are just so joyful and want to spread that out to other people.
And I know that they were very joyful because I've seen the dancing from
Yes, there was lots of dancing and lots of singing, and they even tried to teach us how to dance, which didn't go as well, but it was great. There was lots of joy.
So why would we continue to support Zoe? What would you tell us, and why is it important for us to be part of Zoe?
I have, there's so many nonprofits and charities that you can support, and you don't always know how much money that you give actually gets out to the people and actually makes a difference in their lives. And Zoe keeps their overhead really, really low, and they are pouring into these kids to really just completely transform their life. They are lifted from the bottom sort of 20% of the economy, right, to way above what the average person is in the time when they complete this program in Zoe. So it's just powerful to see the transformation. And I would say because Zoe Empowers does not create the kids to be dependent on the program. It teaches them the skills that they need to be self-reliant within their group, to be independent, but it is not teaching them to become dependent on a program to help them. They give them tools and resources. Those kids know from the very beginning what the exit's going to look like from this program and how to navigate that. And it's just really, I've never seen anything like it. And so if you want to invest in life transformation for people, Zoe is by far one of the better models I have ever seen to do that.
Thank you, and I just wish I had been on that trip. I was supposed to be.
Yes.
But thank you so much for sharing, but we have to move on
That's
to
okay.
the next thing. Otherwise, I could spend all morning.
I could too. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Thanks,
thank you,
Diane.
Debbie.